welcome to Talking Bridal with Bridezilla. Today I'm joined by one of my beautiful team members, Mehwish. Welcome. Mehwish is a bridal hair and makeup artist on the Bridezilla team, and you've been with me since the summer last year. So firstly, tell our listeners a little bit more about yourself and how you began your career as a bridal hair and makeup artist.
Hi Kelly, thank you for having me on the show, and it's a pleasure, it's an honour.
Thank you so much. It's an honour to have you.
Thank you. I started my hair and makeup career 5 years ago.
Right.
And I started off as English as well as Asian hair and makeup artist. And it's been like this since, because I just can't decide whether I want to do Asian more or English more. And I keep getting both of them.
Which is why you've got two Instagram accounts, right? Because you're kind of flitting between the two.
Yes. So just last year, I separated two accounts because it was like a mix of lots of stuff going in one page. So I just separated them just to narrow it down a little bit what I'm doing and where I'm doing.
Yes. What would you say you specialise more in? Would you say, you've definitely done a lot of Asian weddings and your work is incredible, I've got to say. I will be putting a link to your page on here. What is it about an Asian wedding? Because they're very, very different to the typical English wedding, English bride. It's much more, there's so much more involved, isn't there? Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so basically Asian weddings are like really full on. However, if you see the core parts of it, they're basically the same. The brides are nervous, they want to look good, they want to look beautiful.
Yeah.
So the basics of every wedding is same. They're nervous, they want reassurance, they want their artist to know what they're doing, and they just completely rely on you. So basically, my sort of style is mostly soft glam.
Yeah.
So when I do soft glam, it's like looking like themselves, but a better version for a wedding.
Yes.
So they look like a bride.
Yes.
So a lot of my clients they're like doctors or like professional girls and in their mid-30s and stuff. So they want to look a bit made up with makeup, but not like over the top.
Not over the top. Yeah.
So which is why I'm still doing English as well as Asian, because it's kind of like a balance between those two.
A good balance between the two, isn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, you are incredible at makeup, I have to say. We actually worked together Friday, just a couple of days ago, on a styled shoot in London, which was incredible. I've been posting a few little snippets of that, but once those images come out, people will be able to see the work that you did that day, because it really was incredible. Very glam, but and like I said to you just outside, the makeup just stayed. It just didn't move all day, and it was quite a windy day, and there's a little bit of rain here and there. Morning till night. So what's your secret? Are there any products or kind of ways that you apply the makeup to make it last all day? Because I know obviously for brides, we have to ensure that the makeup does stay from dawn till dusk. So what are your tips for ensuring that the makeup does stay flawless all day? So
the thing is, basically I've invested in like really good training, masterclasses and stuff. So I've learned from top-notch makeup artists of English bridal as well as Asian bridal. So I've mastered the art of understanding what works and what doesn't work. Also these days we're really lucky to be in a time where there are lots of products which are very long lasting and they work really well. So it's kind of like a mix of prepping the skin really well, advising brides what they should be doing for their skincare, and then just on the day making sure that you're applying the right products according to the skin types, and it's a mix of all of that just shows. Thank you very much.
No, it's incredible. Who do you look up to most in the makeup industry? Who do you kind of take your inspiration from? Is there any kind of makeup artists out there, or celebrity makeup artists out there that you really look up to and you get inspired by?
So basically it's not a very straightforward answer. Basically, I just absolutely love makeup, and most of the time I'm spending scrolling. I'm just watching makeup videos, literally till the date from when I started. Sometimes when my husband's sitting next to me, he's like, how much makeup can you watch?
Yes. Yeah.
But it's just like, there's just so many makeup artists, and you learn everything you learn one thing every day.
Yeah.
So it's just one of those things, you're watching a small video and you're like, she's doing something differently. I might try it next time.
Even if it's just, I guess, just like a little tip you pick up, something that's just very, very minute, but actually, you know, you're learning something new. So every video, and I think that's, you know, the thing, how times have moved on. You know, when I first started in my career, you know, there was, sounded like so old, but there was no kind of real YouTube, there was no Instagram or TikTok. And now people can just kind of teach themselves as well, and always have that information to hand online whenever they need it, you know. So you do spend a lot of time scrolling through you know, your phone when you're at home, looking at all these videos and stuff. I think it's one of those things when you're so passionate about what you do and you're really interested in what you do, so you want to continue learning, don't you, as much as you can. Sort of going back to, obviously you come on board with the Bridezilla team. What made you decide to reach out and you know, to me in the first place and come on board? What were you looking for at the time? Was it, you know, did you just want to kind of be in a team environment? You've been working by yourself, or, you know, what made you kind of take that step?
So basically, I've joined quite a few makeup agencies over the time, and Bridezilla was just like one of that. It just popped up on my feed. Like I told you, I just scroll a lot, like we all do. So it just came. I think another makeup artist was on the team or something. It just came on my feed, and I looked at the profile and I was like, that's nice. It's a big team, and you said like you've got a few hair makeup artists on board. So I thought let me just approach her and then see how it works. And I got a positive reply from you, and I was like, yeah, that's nice. But then I thought it's further afield. But then my dad always says there's always room for something. The market is never too saturated. So just don't think that it's too saturated, I can't make my place. You always make your place. So I thought maybe they're all Newbury-side, so maybe they're looking for an artist in London. So let me just say that I can cover the London bookings for you. And that's how I pitched myself, and we really clicked, and I loved speaking to you over the phone for the first interview. It was I
don't even think it was an interview, was it? We just I was like, let's get on a call, and we just hit it off, didn't we, before we'd even met properly. And I think sometimes when everyone comes into your life for a reason at, particular time, and I was only thinking like, I really want to expand the brand, but go spread a little bit further afield, and it'd be great to have someone that's like London based, and there you are, you just kind of like popped up into my inbox, and I was like, there she is. So we met, didn't we? We met for a nice lunch as well in Windsor. That was a lovely day last summer, and
it was lovely indeed.
It was really nice just to
sorry, one part of your question I missed. You asked that if I was lonely. I mean, it can get very lonely running your own business and just doing your own accounts, doing your own marketing, doing your own everything, admin, and then just topping up your kit. It can be quite a lot. So it's just really nice to meet other people who are on the same boat, and then you've got just so much positive energy. I really enjoy talking to you, and
bless you. I mean, it's having that extra support network, isn't it, and a group of girls that you can, we've got our little WhatsApp chat going with everyone, and whenever anyone's got a question or anything, we everyone's there to support each other. And I think that's really important, because like you say, when you are self-employed, it can be lonely. And I think some of our listeners probably don't appreciate that there's so much more to our business that goes on behind the scenes,
so much.
And when you're trying to do all that yourself and show up online, I mean, Instagram is another full-time job in itself as well.
Absolutely.
There's a lot of work that goes behind.
My account is on a plateau for a really, really long time. It just does not grow. And you keep watching what people are saying, you're trying to follow that, you're trying to do a lot of other things, but it's just like, I've just given up. I'm like, that's it. It is what it is. I just post my work and that's it.
Yeah, and it is a lot more to it than that, isn't there? And it's one of the reasons why we were working together on Friday. We were doing a styled shoot. I mean, we give up our our time to do these things, because we can then, and it's all for the Instagram.
Oh, absolutely.
It's all about the gram. And, you know, it's really important to be showcasing our incredible work to, obviously, the brides, so they can see what we can actually do.
Yeah.
So going back to your, you know, makeup, I know you do hair as well, don't you? So
yes.
Would you say, you know, is there one area that you particularly enjoy more? Or do you find that you kind of do a good mix of both hair and makeup?
It's a good question. A few years ago, I would say I used to enjoy doing makeup, but I think that was more probably because I was not very properly trained. But then COVID happened and I had a dolly and I practiced a lot. So once I've mastered all the proper things like prepping the hair, doing proper sectioning and all of that, I think I really enjoy doing hair as well. Yeah. I find hair is more therapeutic when I'm just quiet and just listening to the client, or just absorbing what's happening on a wedding morning and quietly doing my hair, client's hair. Whereas makeup can be a bit pressurizing because you want the client to look in a certain way or have their eyes closed or something. So they just want to see what's going around. They just keep opening their eyes. So it's a bit tricky. But I really enjoy doing both. Yeah.
You do?
Yeah, I love doing hair and makeup.
So when you go to do a wedding, when you've been doing stuff, you know, for yourself, do you take on the whole bridal party? Because that must be quite a big job if you're in charge of doing hair and makeup. You know, how quickly do you have to work? or do you have like a stop off where you're like, I can only do 3, or I'm only going to take on, you know, this many? Because I guess if you're doing an Asian wedding as well, I mean, there's a lot more prep involved, isn't there? Because they have so much more going on that wedding morning. So how do you kind of work your timings around that?
Right. So basically, it's a funny thing about Asian wedding. But I'm going to spill all the secrets.
Spill all the secrets. We want to know. I mean, I'm intrigued. I'm intrigued.
Basically, all the wedded sisters and sister-in-laws, they want to look equally good as bride.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
They want to look equally glam. So what I say to my Asian clients, you just don't have the scarf on your head, otherwise you're just a whole bride. They do exactly the same jewelry, not exactly the same as in like all those pieces that a bride would put on. So my Asian party hair and makeup charge is a bit slightly higher than the English party hair and makeup. And then I've got a girl, she helps me, she's amazing, she's Michaela. She helps me with bigger weddings. She's amazing in doing hair. She is, I think she's Lithuanian or something, but she's adopted to Asia now.
Oh, okay.
So she does more Asian hair than she does more...
She's been thrown in at the deep end with you and just said, right, get on with it.
Yeah, so she knows how to put tikka on, she knows how to put jhumar on, like all the Asian accessories, and she knows how to pin the dupatta and everything. Wow. So yeah, she helps me with the bigger weddings.
I can imagine they're very busy mornings.
Yes, they are really busy. And because, Asian people have lots of hair. So hairstyles take longer, curling them takes longer. Wow. And so
you must leave those weddings feeling, I mean, I know from when I do weddings, I feel pretty exhausted. You must feel, I mean, what do you do to then zone out afterwards?
Basically, I just come home and then I just
lie in a dark room. Just like, that's all we all do. No one speak to me.
I saw this. I saw this meme online the other day when a bride was asking the makeup artist, "What are you going to do after that?" And then the makeup artist said, "Do you think I can do anything after that?"
Yeah.
So this is so true. But shall I tell you something very interesting? On my brother's wedding, I did bride's hair and makeup, I did my mum's hair and makeup, I did my sister's, I did my niece's, myself, and then I went to the wedding because it was my brother's wedding.
Of course.
I was exhausted, but I think I was just working with adrenaline.
I mean, those types of weddings, I mean, as you know, I mean, I've done sort of family and very close friends' weddings, and when you're actually invited to the whole ceremony and the day itself, it does put a lot of pressure on you, doesn't it?
The pressure is immense. I did my sister's wedding makeup. My sister got married recently. It was amazing, but the pressure was insane. Absolutely madness. You
do feel a little bit more under pressure. I remember the morning of my sister's wedding, actually. I didn't sleep the night before. I woke up, I was just sweating instantly. My palms were sweating, the whole time. I just was like, I just need to get her hair perfect.
My sister's eyes, that like the end of her eye where you do like the wing of the eyeliner is a bit funny.
Yeah.
And only I get her wing right.
Okay.
And because she was the bride, I do my wing all the time.
Yeah.
Then she gets like, why you do wing, but I don't do wings. I was really nervous that I'm not going to do the wing right.
Yeah.
So once I got the wing right, I was like, that's it. Everything else is just
you can breathe after that. Yeah. No, it is quite stressful, I think, for us when we are working on friends and families' weddings as well, because there is that extra pressure that you know you can do the job. You know you've done it hundreds of times, but yeah, it's definitely always that extra bit of pressure. So moving away from work, when you're not at work, what does home life look like for you? What's going on? What's
right?
Fill us in.
My husband is a very clean person. He is the cleanest man I've ever seen. So our house is immaculate. Is it like, is he got like a bit of OCD? Because my partner's a bit like that. He's very like, he keeps wiping the kitchen worktops like constantly. I'm like, they're clean, they're fine, leave it. No, he doesn't have OCD for sure. My side of the family, my mum's second cousins have got OCD, but no, he doesn't. But he's like
just
very organised and clean.
Okay.
So and gladly, he's not one of those people who want me to clean. He cleans himself as well.
Amazing.
Yeah, amazing. But sometimes
helpful.
when I see him clean after work, I'm like, he's been working and now he's cleaning. So what I do, we like to clean together. We clean a lot. Our house is very tidy, and I really like cleaning now because I've been with him for 14 years. So it's kind of like a hobby now.
Cleaning's a hobby. You can come and do my house if you like. Cleaning is not one of my hobbies. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's why my partner, he's very good at cleaning, so I'm like, if you want to do that, that's fine. I've got other things I can be doing, so you can crack on with that. What about like hobbies and things when you've got some spare time? What do you enjoy doing as like a family, or what would you say you enjoy doing? I really
enjoy cooking. I love cooking. So when I've got spare time, I would love to do a good like grocery shop, plan a few meals, prepare like a very good like 2-3 course meal, and then just have it together as a family. What time am I coming round? Oh, whenever you want to.
Do you know what I'm not, I sound terrible, I'm not a massive cook. I just never really enjoyed it, but I love other people's cooking. Like I love homemade.
I find it therapeutic. I find it very therapeutic.
Yeah. A lot of people do. A lot of people do. Maybe I'm missing something here. Maybe I need to just sort of maybe start up cooking to just sort of de-stress. But
some people just completely don't like it. Yeah. So they like two sides of everything. So maybe on the other side. Yeah, maybe I'll just on the other side. Yeah.
I remember in lockdown actually when everyone was baking, weren't they? Because there was nothing else to do, and everyone was making like there was all this stuff going around TikTok like banana loaf and make this, and my kids were like, "Mum, can we bake banana bread?" And I'm like, no. I was like, I've never baked. I'm not going to start now just because we're in lockdown. Let's make our own fun. Let's have something else to do. But but ironically, both my children are taking GCSE food tech, so
nice. They're
just going to come in and take over, and I'm going to let them do the cooking.
You're lucky that they're going to do it for you. So
exactly,
so you're sorted.
Exactly. So. Last question that I have to ask all my podcast guests, especially the ones that work in the wedding industry, and I know you've been in the wedding industry for quite a while now. Tell us your Bridezilla story. I mean, is there anything that's ever happened to you on like a wedding morning that's maybe something's gone wrong, or like a funny story, something to do with you or maybe your bride? Was there any kind of moments where you were like, oh God?
There have been many moments when you can't actually convince mother of the brides. They see it's quite tricky, and I would say it's a bit personal or emotional as well, that they see their lines and stuff and the hair are not as thick as the daughters, but then they don't accept that they're aging or anything. Yes. You can't look like your daughter.
Yes.
So those kind of moments are a bit funny and hard to manage, and they need a lot of experience. I haven't come across a funny moment or a Bridezilla moment, luckily, since I have narrowed down to my ideal clients. So I know what they expect of me, and I know what I'm going to deliver.
Yes.
But I did have a scary story once.
Scary?
Very scary.
Oh, tell us more.
Yeah. So I was on a booking to do party hair. So I was doing mother's hair and I was meant to do daughter's hair. And everyone kept saying that Dolly's getting ready, Dolly's hair are drying, somebody's giving them bath, and let me tell you that they were extremely rich people.
Okay.
Extremely. I've never seen swimming pool in many houses in London. They had a swimming pool in the house. You won't believe.
Okay. Oh,
yeah.
wonderful.
And I was getting a bit like, did you know that kind of feeling when something funny is just going to happen, like creepy or something?
Yeah.
I was like, where's this girl? Because I can't hear her. I can't hear anything. And there was a picture of mum everywhere in the house with a dolly in her hand. And like when I finished doing mum's hair, she said, "Now you're going to do my daughter's hair. Her name is Dolly." And I was like, okay, yeah. And actually a dolly came. It was a doll.
It was a...
Yes.
Oh.
Every time I tell people, I get goosebumps, and I didn't know how to react to it.
Wow.
And
my goodness.
Yes, the doll had synthetic hair, and all the staff in the house. So they had around 10 people in the house, like cleaning or housekeepers and stuff.
Wow.
And they were treating the doll like a real person, like their doll, like their daughter, and they were talking about her like a real person.
Okay.
And I didn't know how to react to it, and how to, not even my words, but how to control my expressions.
Yeah. I mean, because I'm rubbish at that. I mean, my face just says it all. I think if something happens. So what did you do? Did you do the doll's hair?
Yes, I just so we have got some safety verses in Islam. So I started reading those, like, because I wasn't sure if they're gonna just knock something on my head, or they've got a place with.
Suddenly you're like, this isn't right. I think I would be expecting like on one of those like TV shows like Ant and Dec to pop out any second, like, oh, we're only joking. But
no, that was real. That was real.
Wow.
So I did that dolly's hair. I was shaking. I was literally shaking.
That's so bizarre.
And everyone was asking her if she was happy with the hair, and then they said yes, she's happy with the hair, and then I ran as fast as I could.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Wow. I honestly was not expecting you to come up with that story. I'm in shock. I mean,
I was shocked.
I take it you've never seen or heard from these people again.
Yes.
So okay.
Yeah. No.
They're not.
I just blocked her.
I was
like,
no, run.
Exactly.
Wow. I've got to say that is probably one of the most scariest and strangest stories that we are going to have on our podcast. So yeah. Wow. Yeah. I can't even. There's no words.
I mean, to the date, I think I did it like 4 years ago before COVID, every time.
Now, I mean, people are just strange. There's a lot of, and I guess sometimes in these situations, like, something may have happened there.
Yes, exactly.
Some trauma
sometimes we
or
say
something.
we're like average people, but it's such a blessing to be an average person as well.
Just
to have a normal average life.
Yeah.
You don't know what's happening in like really rich people's life. They just
And like you say, there may have been some kind of trauma there, and you don't know all the things behind it. But I guess in those situations, you do have to, which it sounds like you did, do a very professional job and just kept you cool, and then ran for the hills after. Well, Mehwish, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on my podcast today. I cannot wait to share some more of your stories. I'm sure you're going to be back on, and everyone can pop over and have a little look at some of your amazing work on your Instagram page. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.